morning, everybody. I'm Jason. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads, and we're going to continue our conversation from yesterday with entirely new subjects because both of us have probably forgotten what we were talking about yesterday. Morning, Deke.
I don't know what's going on. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, today of all days, I'm not sure at all. I woke up and I was like, "There's nothing really interesting in the news. Maybe I should just draw, and you should talk about stuff." I'm tempted to pull my tablet over here and just draw.
We could do that. I have the 10 things that the media has buried this week for you today. Yeah. We usually try to do this.
That's what this image is. I was like, Deke posted some story about 10 stories that are buried. Illustrate that. And so underground.
I was wondering what that was.
The pupils are like too small, and like and you start looking at the eyebrow right there, and you're like, "What, dude? Take care of yourself a little bit." Got a little bit
People
of
got a unibrow. It's all right, man.
It's fine.
How are you? Hello, sir. How was your day yesterday?
I don't know what it is. Oh, yesterday was good. I was a productive day, and I got some things done, and I have a lot of things to get done today. And tomorrow, and then my wife's birthday is Thursday, so I'm just gonna take the day off and do whatever she wants me to do.
So no show Thursday is what you're saying?
Yeah, it might be like that.
Look at the gears going. Did you see the gears going? Playing out all the different scenarios.
Actually, yeah, there might be no show on Thursday. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you that right now.
Well, it depends on whether or not she has something else on her calendar. Because if she goes to the chiropractor or whatever, then I might be free. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now.
So good. Well, it snowed in western part of Kentucky yesterday and caused some pretty nasty accidents. It only snowed like a half an inch, but it slicks up the bridges and the overpasses and stuff. Yeah. And there was some pretty nasty accidents. We got an old bridge that is a metal bridge, and it froze over yesterday, causing a pretty nasty accident on it. And so everything's good. We just have a light dusting on the ground this morning.
I do want to say this. Normally we are late starting the show because of technical gremlins, like all the time.
All the time here in Rumble.
Who knows? I have no idea. Today, that's not the case. Today, I was ready to go 5 minutes before the show. I sent you the link, and it was like, let's go. And then Deke gets in here, and I've decided for some reason that I'm just going to start listening to Tucker Black on.
And now nothing works?
No. And so we were both late because I'm over here just like bopping my head to.
We were listening to this song is why we're late.
This song. So it's my fault. Once again.
That's a good song. I need to go and do that right now. I need to go and get that song right now so that I can work on it.
Yeah. And
where would I go to get that song, JJ, again?
Right. I see. This is why we can't sell anything or make anything. This is well, how come I can't show the URL? It's soundcloud.com/thesuckers. That's our band name, Deacon, The Suckers. And then each track has its own URL. So the track for this URL is let's see, can I show it? Here, how about that? It's up in the corner now. No, it's not. I did it on private chat. I'm just an absolute idiot here. Look at that. SoundCloud.com/thesuckers/Tucker-Black. Or you can just go to the Suckers and get all of our amazing jams.
I'm downloading it right now.
This one's so apropos.
Ooh, look at that.
Morning, Dave. Dave is joining the conversation that hasn't started yet.
Hi, sir.
Hey, our kids have a snow day.
So that yours do? How much snow did y'all get?
None. We're talking trace amounts.
We only had like 1/5 of an inch, and it's not. I mean, it's just covering some leaves.
Yeah,
it's not on the road. It was freezing the bridges and the overpasses yesterday when it started, and it caused a couple of nasty accidents. But that's always going to happen. People drive 85 miles.
Kids are having a snow day, and Dave's kids teachers are having a drinking day.
Yes.
Probably.
NTI day for our kids.
Well,
Dave, did you spend $10.8 billion on Black Friday?
No, this is probably the least we've ever spent on Black Friday, and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Are you part of the culture of like we're from the era where Black Friday used to be a combat sport?
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you would
that was fun.
wake up, you would literally risk your life to go to Walmart, Target, or whatever to buy I don't know.
Cheap
what-
TV.
Yeah, bitch giant television. And now, did you even leave your house? Black Friday?
Say that all over again.
Did you even leave your house? Did you shop
I did.
toilet?
I did, and I didn't. I did hospital
Did you
visits
shop
on
for
Black
your
Friday.
toilet on Amazon?
I did some hospital visits, and then ended up meeting up with my wife. So, I was working on Black Friday.
Oh my gosh. David, how bad should I feel if I'm like trying to make this little humorous thing and you're like, oh, I was visiting people who were dying, and I'm like, oh my God. Well, I was issuing last rites. Oh, geez. I'm not a very sensitive person, I guess. Do you think they got a deal? No, my God. I'm gonna just censor that joke right now. well, U.S. consumers spent $10.8 billion on Black Friday according to Adobe Analytics.
Oh my Lord! It's good to see you though, Dave. How was the primitive camping?
Blast next Friday too.
Next Friday.
You're camping again?
Yeah.
This coming Friday or next Friday?
No, next Friday, the 13th. 13th.
It's even going to be colder then.
Heck yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Dude, I love it. I love it. It's so much fun.
That to me is something not firing. You're not getting some chemical in your brain, man. I'm concerned.
I sleep so good at camp. You have no idea.
I've got buddies that swear by the cold weather stuff and cold showers and stuff like that, and try to get me convinced to do it, and I think they're crazy. So
forget the cold showers, but
the Russians. Do you guys know this? Like way back, like 30s, 40s, or whatever, they would take their newborn babies out and just leave them outside in a crib
to get used
to
the. I've seen stuff like that. Yeah, they leave their babies outside in the cold for a while.
Let me see if I can find him.
It makes sense, when we were when I remember when I was a kid going deer hunting with Dad for the first time. We did this all the time. He would not turn on the heater in the truck on the way from the house to wherever we were going to the deer stand. If it was a 30, 45 hour drive, he did not turn on the heater in the truck because it would get you too comfortable. We're fixing to go sit in the dang woods for 3 hours, 4 hours, so he would never turn on the heater. We would just.
So I have a story from a week ago about the cold.
Okay.
But in Russia. Russia was bracing a week ago for extreme cold in Oymbyakyan, Siberia. The extreme cold was minus 67 degrees.
That's cold.
Good.
So,
God.
I camped out last year when it was minus 15, and that was cold. We had lots of laughs.
How do you get to minus 67?
Hang on, let me see if I can.
Of the heat go?
That's the North Pole.
Let me see if I can find these. If my internet.
I would straight be a dead person. Like there's not enough I could put on. I think I would be a dead person.
Did you see all the snow up in Buffalo at the football game? Here it is, over the weekend, and these people going to their seats. These football people here. Oh, make me moderator, and I'll show you this.
Oh yeah. Moderate.
And this was this weekend.
Okay, you guys are moderated. Oh. SoundCloud.com/thesuckers.
That was the Buffalo Stadium this weekend. That was not the video that I saw. There was, here is this. This is the video that I saw.
Yeah, he's going to his seats.
Dude, those are the seat backs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What?
What's wrong with you guys? Why are you? No.
If my kid, oh my bad. If my kid was playing in the Super Bowl and there was 3 feet of snow in there, I might be like, Alex, man, I can see this on TV a lot better.
But you'll sit in a deer blind for hours upon end?
Man, I don't know.
Do it. I'd do it.
Do you hunt? Do you sit in deer blinds, Deke? Do you hunt? Are you a hunter?
I've hunted before when I was younger, and I have killed a deer and field dressed it, and squirrels and fish and all that mess. And I don't actively do it now because I don't enjoy just killing things. You know, if I had to kill things for food, then I would do it. But I can go to Walmart. And, you know, and honestly, I know people that do that. And they're like, hey, do you want some venison or do you want some deer jerky and stuff? And I'm like, yes. Right. But, you know, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, she doesn't deer hunt anymore. She hadn't in a couple of years. But when she would deer hunt, she would field dress the deer and take all the meat that's human consumable. And then all of the other meat that was on the deer, like it's on the face, these little pieces of muscle and everywhere else that humans don't eat, she would take it down to the bone and use it for dog jerky. She would have a whole separate thing that she would do. And this is specifically for the dogs. And she didn't like to let anything go to waste on that. So, I mean, I've hunted before and I can again. It's been years, but I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
I did not get.
I don't think I've ever hunted.
So I didn't go out.
No.
I don't have a problem with it, and I completely understand conservation. I mean, I'll preach all day long about conservation, and people are like, "Hunters are bad." No. You don't know how many deer and how rapidly they repopulate.
My wife is a better hunter than I am, but she usually hunts with her car.
With her car, yeah.
She got a deer the other day.
Last deer I got was with a red minivan going about 70 miles an hour because I didn't see it.
A little too long.
A little too much.
All right, Deke, what's in the news today, sir?
Before we read
an election,
is
there an election coming up?
Probably there's special elections. I don't know. I know who's everybody. Aren't you tired? I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm just waiting for the next assassination attempt on Trump, or for Joe Biden to pardon more of his criminal syndicate.
We'll be talking about that in a minute. But it's funny I'm going to bring this one up first since you were talking about the next assassination on President Trump. You might be a little. I mean, you might be a little relieved to know that he's got some extra security. All right. And the extra security is not this child. They are at a park, okay? Or they're at this place in Mar-a-Lago at his home, and the children are playing. I want you to notice the extra security. He showed it there for a second. Hang on. It's going to zoom back in on this extra security that he has here at Mar-a-Lago now because of this. Hang on. I'm going to dump my video.
There it is.
There it is. You see it? There's the extra security.
Face. What's going on its face? He's got a robot dog.
He's got a robot dog.
Is somebody driving the robot dog?
No.
It looks like
it scans everything on its own. Yes. That is a directional microphone.
Yes, it is.
So that means it is very good going in one direction.
Right.
But
what's mounted on top there?
Camera and probably all kinds of security. Let's go back.
That looks like radio antennas for range. So it can
on the back you've got those are
right there.
Those are Wi-Fi antennas of some sort.
There's the camera.
That's camera.
TSD.
But there's also a camera right on the front of the dog where the neck is.
Right. There's one in the front there. Like that's
I'm pretty certain on the very top.
I didn't mean to hit. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. Let me throw that back up there. I hit the wrong button.
Don't delete yourself out of the show again.
I know I'm stupid. Hang on. Let me bring this back.
Right. So like right at the very top of right above the camera, just before the little cage, I think that is a microphone as well.
Right here.
360-degree microphone. So if it hits something,
probably,
then it can turn and then it can switch to the other microphone and zoom, kind of like
probably
a dog's ears would be.
Yeah. This is the flux capacitor. This is where you put garbage in, and
it kind of looks like that.
It powers the. What I meant to do was shrink this and read you what it says.
It's supposed to be a Mr. Fusion, sir. It's a Mr.
Yeah, obviously
Fusion.
one of Boston Dynamics. Yeah, Boston Dynamic dogs.
Yeah, the dog's been patrolling for weeks and joined the team after the election to add another level of protection for Trump. Boston Dynamics, equipped with surveillance technology. While we cannot get into the specific capabilities, the robotic dogs are equipped with surveillance technology and an array of advanced sensors that support our protective operations. The dog Spot is about 2 feet tall and 4 feet long. He can move at 5 feet per second. So how fast can normal dogs move
up out of the side
per second? Normal dogs can move about 10 feet per second. So these dogs can move about half the speed of a normal dog.
Okay, so it's half as fast as a normal dog, but it has a directional microphone and a camera, so it can see, and it's not going to poop all over the yard.
Right.
Or pee.
And later maybe there's an upgrade for a machine gun.
God, JJ, why are you always trying to arm our AI?
I don't want people to think that they're harmless. I want people to realize that they're dangerous.
They could easily use the top part of that arm and just mount missiles to it.
No.
Oh yeah.
How about this? Saw blade legs.
I don't know if there's room for it.
No, you put the saw blade leg right in the middle, and then it spins in and out or around both sides, so both the front and the back.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I want to see one of these compete in BattleBots.
BattleBots.
Don't you remember that show?
Yeah, but those were like vacuum cleaners with like a flip ramp on it. Oh, hey, it's Mrs. JJ. Any ideas? Oh no. Don't listen. Don't listen to her. I don't need anything. You know what I need? Just hugs and coffee. That's all. That's all we need. That's all we need.
Man, that's a good request right there. Dude called in. He's a good listener. His wife just made it through breast cancer surgery and all this, and she's wanting to hear a song to put her up in a good mood. And okay, I can do that for you, brother.
Awesome.
All right.
My kids are afraid of robots. My youngest daughter is afraid of robots. She wants nothing to do with robots. I think I offered to take her to oh God, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't a Muppets thing. It was like, I don't know. It wasn't really robots, but it was some sort of maybe a store or a show that I would have had like puppets of some kind. And she was like, no. Chuck E. Cheese is taking all the robots out. The only reason we can go to Chuck E. Cheese, which we have been, the only reason we can go is because they renovated and took all of the robots out of all the Chuck E. Cheeses.
Well, Vegas.
I've got a story about. Did you know that the reason that? Hang on, let me hit this button here. Hang on. Okay, I just had to do that. Did you know that the reason we have Chuck E. Cheese and we don't have Billy Bob from Showbiz is because when Chuck E. Cheese Corporation bought up, Showbiz bought up the Chuck E. Cheese company back in the day. So all the Showbizes bought all the Chuck E. Cheeses. And the guy that created Billy Bob and all those characters from Showbiz Pizza, Pasquale and all those, he owned the rights to those. And he thought they were going to be the next Star Wars things and toys and everything. And when they bought Chuck E. Cheese's, they wanted to incorporate these and do some changes. And that guy would not let them do any changes to his characters. So they were just like, well, we own all these other characters, these mouse and all this crap that we just bought. Let's just use them instead. So that is why it's Chuck E. Cheese and not a showbiz conglomerate. In an alternate dimension, that guy gave them rights, and they don't have Chuck E. Cheese's, they have showbizes, and they're the same thing with different characters. It was
still Kitty Vegas.
God didn't want to give up his rights to do that.
It's still Kitty Vegas.
Yeah. Oh man.
And they like it no matter what. You just need sparkling lights and claw machines. Honestly, I think you could have a place of just like claw machine toys, and kids would be very happy.
Ball pits. Those ball pits were gross. All right. I've got 10 stories here. We try to do 10 stories that the media will fail to tell you. And it's brought to you by the Vigilant Fox over on X. I'm going to ask all of you people that are watching on YouTube to switch over to Rumble, because YouTube might block us. Let me just say, YouTube has blocked us before for just reading articles about certain subjects. Just the news about certain subjects. And we're going to read this first story is about a certain subject that YouTube does not want.
Can I hop in there before you actually read it?
Yeah.
Like getting blocked and stuff?
Yeah.
Our church uses Facebook Live for our Sunday services.
Facebook has also blocked us.
So the last
2
weeks, I've gotten an email from someone claiming copyright infringement on use of their music, and they're demanding money. What's really crazy is the songs that they were doing are in public domain. They were performed live, and they were our own like little renditions of them. And I'm like, dude, your AI algorithm is off if this thinks that this is what you're saying it is. So I've
and you just might get some people like that are doing that just to, if I throw that out to 1,000 people and get 2 people to pay me, then it's been a good day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm. So, all right, go ahead. It's Facebook and YouTube stink.
All right. 10 shocking stories that the media buried today. Number 10, get ready, put on your pants. A new study calls for the immediate halt to the COVID-19 and mRNA injections. A moratorium on the use of Pfizer, BioNTech COVID-19 vaccines and boosters should be enacted at minimum, but ideally they should be removed from the market and their use in humans should be stopped. That is the conclusion of a study published in the Journal of American Physicians and Surgeons. The report reveals glaring flaws and alarming safety concerns surrounding the injections, and it lists them here. If you would like to go back or pause and read them all, you're more than welcome to do that. But this is what they say. Good luck. I hope it's all not true. All right. And we're not going to play this, but of course we talked about this yesterday. The Hunter Biden thing kind of consumes a lot of this in the news that they kind of buried, but this is a 9-minute long supercut of.
Before a family.
I said by the jury decision, I will do that and I will not pardon him.
And it's
letting the world know that
it's just nothing but
I will not pardon my son. Right.
What do you think of that contrast?
Yeah, just all these idiots mocking birds. All right, speaking of idiots and mockingbirds.
A lot yesterday.
Speaking of idiots and mockingbirds, let's look at Sonny.
I have a very quick statement.
It's not going to be that quick.
Pete Hegseth has denied any wrongdoing. His lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. No charges were ever brought.
You rushed me for that?
How much longer do you guys think that show will be on the air?
How much longer will women watch dumb shows?
What channel is it on?
I don't know.
Or what network?
I think it's ABC.
ABC.
I think it's ABC.
Okay. It'll say for a little bit.
Like The View is propped up entirely by women. Their audience is entirely women.
Well, there comes a point when it's no longer making money. All right. In my business,
but it gets views.
Like, okay, so let me give you this example. We do this little game on the air, and we get sponsors. And the game, we give away free turkeys, our little turkey shoots. You guess how many shots it's going to take to get the turkey. It's all sound effects, and we give you a check. Usually the check for the price of a turkey, $20, $25, whatever. Usually $25 check that we'll give you, and that's your prize. That's the turkey. It's a check for you. And if we've got 2 sponsors for this at $100, say it's $100 a piece, that's $200 that I'm getting coming in to my company for this. If I give away 4 turkeys, I haven't made any money. I'm giving away $200 to everybody. So I haven't made any money for the company, right?
Made $100.
If I've got 2 sponsors at $100 a piece and I give away
$200.
if I give away eight turkeys.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, 8, my bad. 8 turkeys. I'm not making any money. If I give away 6, I'm only making $50. So the companies are having to look at it that way. How much money am I making off of this as opposed to how much time, how much all this crap that it takes out of what I'm doing. I could be doing something else to bring money into the station. And it's the same way with this. I would guarantee that they have advertisers that are going to absolutely stay with the View. No, absolutely. But
for sure.
How many have dropped off? I'd like to know. I bet you.
Here's what you really need to know. The View is the 13th most popular show on ABC. It's number 62 most popular show on all of TV. And it's ranked number 1 in households in total viewers among all network and syndicated daytime talk shows. And news
that
programs.
Sounds super duper when you say it that way. But let me point out that let me add this to it. Do you watch ABC? And how many shows do you watch on ABC? And if they're the 13th one down, the only people watching this are these people that still pay for cable. And we've already had that conversation. And those people are 65 and up. I've tried to convince my dad. I've tried to convince my boss. Why are you paying $125 a month for cable? I like Days of Our Lives. Jesus Christ.
It's true that the TV watching demographic is older, and it's true that the View demographic is female. So you have old. So in order to solve the problem of the View existing, you're going to have to teach old women how to use the internet.
No.
So good luck.
What you do is you teach young women why this is not good, and then it'll eventually it'll
young women are not watching it.
It's a war of attrition. So just wait for that group to no longer be here.
Well, I mean, you got to think the women that are 50 and from 50 to 30 are us. And our whole lives, we've known that it's our generation, but our whole lives, we've been lied to, and we know that we've been lied to, and we think it's a bunch of hokey hooey.
Brian just dropped some
Whoopi look like a Muppet?
Oh, Brian
she look like a Muppet?
Yeah.
Hey,
she does.
That's Guinan. I know. She is stupid, though.
The Guinan character is cool, but yeah. All right, this is another video that we're not going to watch, but if you want to go back and watch it, I'll post the link. It's pretty good. Scott Jennings basically mic drops what's her name here on this pardoning Hunter Biden thing, but it's about 5 minutes long. But we can go into just
there are Democrats saying they're not happy that President Biden made this decision.
Yeah, well, tough. The president went ahead and did what he thought was right for him and to protect his son.
Joe Biden is leaving office making the strongest possible case for Donald Trump that anybody could possibly make it, and that's that our government and our justice system is of, by, and for the elites and nobody else. He ran to banish Trumpism from our political system in this country, and he has left it politically and now institutionally the strongest possible political force in this country. It is a complete and utter failure by the head of the Democratic Party and the president of the United States. Never again do I want to hear, oh, Donald Trump's a liar. You can't believe anything he says. Donald Trump will abuse his power. Donald Trump will only use the system to benefit himself and his family and so on and so forth. Never again, I have one question for Karen, and that is, why did he need an 11-year blanket pardon going back to 2014 when Joe Biden was the vice president?
Yeah.
We are sitting on the biggest cover-up of who knows what crimes, and Joe Biden amazingly knows exactly, roughly, when it started. He knows.
I mean, the gall of this woman. She's a perfect liberal that you could tell by the length of her blinks. She's like, and then her chuckling and laugh. Man, whatever.
Look, they don't believe anything they say. They never believed it. Maybe they believed that Biden was a man of integrity and he was never going to pardon his kid because that's what a man of integrity. They believed that when he was saying that, but as soon as he changed his mind, they were like, well, they don't actually believe any of
just
this.
Waiting for the argument to come out that Biden has obviously gone senile. They can't say that because he's still president, and Harris could easily step in and lead the country for a month.
Where I've heard of two different plausible explanations for why Hunter is getting a pardon right now, because it's still December. It's only December 3rd. Usually outgoing presidents, they pardon people like right before they leave, right? Like January 20th. But Hunter Biden has a sentencing hearing coming up because he was convicted. So his pardon had to happen before the sentencing hearing to vacate it.
Right.
So there are other people that are going to get pardons, but his needed to be done fast. There are rumors that a couple of different things happened. One rumor is that Hunter Biden negotiated this pardon over the weekend during Thanksgiving or whatever. Another rumor is that Jill Biden basically pressed for this to get Hunter off the hook. Jill Biden pressed for this. Another rumor, and these things may all be true.
Jill his mom or his stepmom?
Jill is, well, I don't know. It's Biden's.
No, it's Biden's son.
Right. Yeah. I think Joe Biden might be his mom, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm Googling.
No, Joe Biden may have. I've heard. What?
Nelia or Neela. Biden's or Hunter's mother is Nelia Hunter Biden.
Yeah. Okay. So that's different. So I heard Joe Biden might have pressed for it, and I heard that Hunter Biden may have threatened to publish a book or a doc or basically publish a list of ongoing crimes, or basically spill the beans on Biden crime syndicate. So Hunter might have been like, well, maybe I'll just tell everybody what's really going on. So we don't know if it was extortion. Though I tell you one thing I don't believe. I don't believe that Daddy Biden just had his heart broken for his son and really just wanted to save Hunter Biden. I don't believe that at all.
No, I don't either.
So
probably not.
Believe that.
So this is CNN.
Do this, but as Isaac was just saying, that really is a sense of the conversation that has been going on really inside the family. And I'm told this has been very much a family discussion and something that has been not widely shared or discussed as a policy matter inside the West Wing. But there was a worry of future prosecutions or future potential of what the incoming Trump Justice Department could do. So that, of course, is freighted in all of this as well. But for now, this moment, this certainly is a decision that President Biden, I'm guessing, did not come to easily. But as you played that statement before, so much has changed since June when he told David Muir of ABC News that he would not do that. Of course, his station in life has changed. He will not be a second-term president, did not complete his campaign. So that is why, sort of leading up to this, that's why I'm told a decision was reached finally this weekend after spending time together in Nantucket.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when you explain that he's, it that way, it's still stupid. And you admitted everything that we said.
So yesterday I said like they may make him testify or whatever, and I was like, why would he do that? Why would he voluntarily testify? And I may have been wrong about that because so Hunter Biden has now been pardoned, so he cannot be convicted of any of these crimes, which means he can't testify against himself, which means that his Fifth Amendment right to silence might be vacated, and he may be compelled to testify or be subpoenaed. So I still fully expect Joe Biden to pardon himself and Jim, his brother, especially Jim, his brother. So for crimes that haven't even been accused yet.
Well, last night, Hunter Biden's lawyers filed a motion to dismiss his California tax fraud case. The president's pardon moots Mr. Biden's pending and yet to occur sentencing and entry of judgment in this case and requires an automatic dismissal of the indictment with prejudice. Special counsel David Weiss said in a response Monday, the defendant's motion should be denied since there is no binding authority on this court, which requires dismissal. As a matter of past practice in this district, courts do not dismiss indictments when pardons are granted. Weiss wrote, citing cases involving Steve Bannon, Michael Flynn, Joe Arapo, is that how you said the old Joe's name?
Arapo, yeah.
And Ollie North. Instead, it has been the practice of this court that once an executive grant of clemency has been filed on the docket is marked closed. The disposition entry is updated to reflect the executive grant of clemency, and no further action is taken by the court.
Didn't they say Trump was going to pardon himself last time?
I don't know.
Probably. They say that.
They say everything.
But he didn't, right?
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, but the entire game for years has been Trump's going to do this, and then actually it's Democrats doing it, right? Trump's going to pardon himself and pardon his sons. No, he didn't
Trump's
do that.
Trump's going to start World War III. So, former CNN lefty crank John Harwood, along with hundreds and hundreds of others, have gotten nice little embarrassing community notes on their X pages now. And John Harwood posted here. Let me share this tab.
Community notes are awesome.
Yeah, people who insist Biden will pardon Hunter after specifically ruling it out are telling on themselves. They can't imagine someone acting on principle and keeping his word. So a lot of them are doing that. This one is dumb. Liberal pollster loses his mind over these Hunter Biden pardon. John Bolton is very unhappy that Kash Patel is picked, and JD Vance responds to Mustachio there. See, Trump said at the time he disagreed strongly with many of Bolton's suggestions. I informed John Bolton last night that his services are no longer needed at the White House. I disagreed strongly with many of his suggestions, added others in the administration, and therefore I asked John for his resignation, which was given to me this morning. I thank John very much for his service. I'll be naming new National Secretary Advisor next week, Trump said. Since then, Bolton has taken any opportunity he can to whine about Trump. Bolton said Trump has nominated Kash Patel to be his fortunately, the FBI. What is that?
Lead director of the FBI.
Yeah.
Kash Patel is going to be director of the FBI. Kash Patel is awesome.
Yeah, he says the Senate should reject this nomination 100-0. Well, JD Vance posted, John Bolton has been wrong about everything, so I guess Kash must be pretty awesome.
The question.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And that might sound shocking, but Director Chris Wray was assigned, it's a 10-year slot, right?
Yeah.
But he can be fired.
Yeah.
Or he can resign.
Every employee of the executive branch serves at the will.
I was trying to think, is it more than a 10-year? Is it hey, I got this job, I'm going to get it till I don't no longer have this job? I was just trying to think how exactly it works because I don't know.
Well, I mean, normally it's a so many year appointment, but there's going to be people that are asked to resign politely, and they will do that because the alternative is listen. If you're asked to resign, if you're let's say you work in a bureau in somewhere in one of the letter agencies, and you are asked to resign, and you'd be like, well, no, I don't want to resign. Oh, okay. Well, then you're fired and your security clearance is revoked and you can't work anywhere else in security and make any money off that security clearance. So, so the people that are asked to resign they're going to resign, and some people will just be fired. I think, I hope.
Was McCabe
not field agents,
who was
not
fired?
really field agents. This is the people. This is the problem with this is management. What did you say?
Andrew McCabe, he was fired, right? I think Trump fired him after like 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And Trump did not fire enough people in his first administration. He should have fired more people. Should have. Because what happens is that bureaucrats, they get into the job because they want to serve the country.
It's a job
or
for
whatever.
life.
Sure, but then they think that they're the experts on policy and they have their own preferences. So you have experts that think that it's pretty bad, that think that they know better than the president or they know better than the elected person. So the problem that really happens is that you have people that spend their entire career in State Department or whatever, and they just think that they know better. And they might be subject matter experts, but they still don't know better. They presume that they do because they think they're their experts. So anyway, okay, fire them all, especially John Bolton. Dude, that guy's.
I have this number one story here, but I think we just got a new number one that was sent to us.
I have it over here
by Brian Perkins. You have that one? Yeah. Okay, good. That might be our number one story. So this one's going to be our 1.5 story. Congressional subcommittee concluded, because we talked about this at the beginning of the show, but hang on, let me pull up the story again. Let's see. A congressional subcommittee concluded its 2-year investigation on the coronavirus pandemic yesterday, finding that COVID-19 likely originated from a lab in Wuhan, China, and that social distancing and masking were not backed by scientific data. The select subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic released its final 520-page report and stated COVID-19 most likely emerged from a laboratory in Wuhan, China. In support of the lab leak theory, the report said that the subcommittee learned that the virus had a biological characteristic that is not found in nature, and that the data showed all COVID-19 cases stemming from a single introduction to humans. By nearly all measures of science, if there was evidence of a natural origin, it would have already surfaced, the report says. So, there you go. There you go. There's the 9.5 stories.
You did read the quote by Fauci there, the quote about Fauci, that the guidance sort of just appeared.
Yeah. That's some horse malarkey.
They made it up, allegedly.
China.
The 6 foot rule. The 6 foot rule was completely just arbitrarily invented.
All right, what's the number one story? Is this breaking news? I mean, is this officially World War III starting?
30 minutes ago.
It happened 15 minutes into the show. Do you have it, David, or you want me to pull it up?
I do.
Okay, pull it up.
Oh, where's it? There it is. Bam! Hey, South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol declared martial law in an unannounced late-night TV address Tuesday, accusing the country's main opposition party of sympathizing with North Korea and of anti-state activities. Yoon did not say what measures would be taken. He cited a motion by the opposition Democratic Party, which has a majority in parliament, to impeach top prosecutors and reject a government budget proposal to safeguard a liberal South Korea from the threats posed by North Korea's communist forces and to eliminate anti-state elements. I hereby declare emergency martial law. Dun, dun, dun.
So, JJ, are there a lot of people in South Korea that sympathize with North Koreans? Legitimate question.
Not that I remember. I mean, I was there 25 years ago, and
my brother-in-law was there like 20-something years ago, and I can ask him too.
North Korea's been at war for like 50 years.
Yeah.
So,
And I just didn't know about how the sympathies go for some of the people, because there's probably some sympathizers.
Honestly, they probably just feel sorry for people from North Korea, but like people in South Korea, they just get on with their lives. They do their businesses, they run their shops,
like over here, just like here.
Yeah. So like, but every person in Korea, or at least all the men, I think it's the men, all the soldiers, the ROK soldiers that I ever encountered were male. So I think there's mandatory military service for men in South Korea. Most of them are Republic of Korea Army or military, and then some are we said Katusas, which is the Korean augment to the U.S. forces. So there were some Korean soldiers that were basically assigned to our army as an augment force to kind of interface with the Korea. Never once did I ever hear like, oh, wow, and North Korea's really got something going there. I mean, there was a time where they were just eating bark off trees because they had no food. So, no, there's probably not a lot of sympathies. So, I don't know. This seems like it came out of nowhere, and it seems like
there had to be something going on. I mean, there's got to be something going on. Accusing the country's main opposition party, like the Democrats.
It sounds like I'm going to just go ahead and speculate. Russian or Chinese infiltration into South Korean politics and shadow like moving things around. That's what I would speculate.
Russians do go down to the South Korean beaches. So like you would go down to Mexico. So Russians come down to like South Korea because it's like not as cold.
Right.
It's only 20.
You make sense with North Korea providing support to Russia in the past 2 months.
Yeah,
there's going to be.
What I would speculate.
You're moving. That's moving their pawns up and moving the knights up, but so you're not paying attention.
No, I don't even think
Bishop and the Rook are doing.
I don't think these are pawns that are moving.
Well, you know what I mean. They're moving one up on the board so that you're not. They're moving. They're waving around their right hand so that you're not really paying attention to what the left hand's doing.
Correct.
All right. Well, interesting.
This does not look good. He's saying things like, I will eliminate anti-state forces as quickly as possible and normalize the country. So
I just like to point out, like 80 years ago, Japan was attacking Southeast Asia. Italy and Germany and Russia were attacking Russia and Great Britain. And America's sitting over here going, just eating popcorn, watching. That wheel always comes back around.
Right now, we're not eating popcorn watching. We got our own dumpster fire going on.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
we're doing the same thing as we was doing in World War II. We're just not being as sly about it. In World War II, we were basically going, hey, we'll sell all of y'all weapons at the same price. And then going to Great Britain and going, don't tell them, but we're going to give you a huge discount. You can pay us in 50 years, but don't tell them. Okay, we're all cool. We're all cool. That's exactly what we were doing in World War II. So what are we doing now? We're doing the same thing, except we're not doing this. We're going, hey, we'll do this for everybody. Here you go.
I mean,
but we're not in this.
$15 billion for your country.
I don't want to be in war. I don't want to.
I don't either.
Okay, so hold on. If it weren't for the fact that the United States will be dragged into a war via NATO Article 5, and it was just Ukraine fighting Russia over there, and we were not involved at all, would you be willing to sell them weapons?
No.
Okay. So who are you willing to sell weapons to?
It doesn't matter what I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that one is. That's a tough one.
It doesn't matter what I think.
I mean,
I would only sell weapons to allies, but they've got to be contractual allies. I don't think I would sell weapons to non-allies, but even then there have to be, I would want there to be stipulations on.
I'm very capitalist of you, sir. You need to have,
I don't care.
As many customers as possible.
Yeah, I'm not always a capitalist.
So are we willing to sell weapons to the United Kingdom and to Israel?
What kind of weapons?
Boom booms. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I just want to know where the line
like a
is.
case
That's
by
all.
case situation. I don't know if there is a line.
Okay,
because
what about France? You sell weapons to France?
What do they need weapons for? Do they even know how to use?
We trade you weapons for cheese.
So,
we know
like-
that France will never use the weapons. So,
And my reasoning for saying this is, I don't want to sell. Let's say I have weapon X. Ooh, that's a Marvel reference there. Let's say I have a bunch of weapon X's, and the country over here, country Zeta, is fighting, and they only need weapon Y. Why am I going to sell them weapon X? I don't want to overkill. I mean, it's already war. It's already nasty. It's already brutal. Just give them what they need.
Let me
Don't
tell
overkill.
you the
sell what you have,
reason
not what you
us
don't have.
three will never find the answer to this is because all three of us are moral human beings that want to improve the quality of life for every human on earth, whether they love us or not. And people that are selling weapons don't carry any of those qualities. Not one. Because
That's why
honestly,
Iron Man 1 was such a good movie.
if you sell weapons, you are selling destruction.
Yes.
And I don't want
deterrence.
destruction. If
There's some
no,
people that are.
I know, but the reason you have deterrence is because you have destruction. In a perfect
Yes.
world, I don't want to sell weapons.
Okay, but the
In a perfect
idea of a
world, I
perfect
don't
world,
want to have weapons, but I'm not stupid. I know I have
Right.
to. It's not a perfect
so,
world.
like if people don't have weapons, then the laws of nature dictate that people who are strong and want stuff will take stuff. So that's true, right? So like, you know,
'Cause
if
we
we were
don't
like,
live in a
well, we're not
perfect
selling
world.
weapons to anybody because weapons kill people and that's bad. Well, then what you would have is cartels and thugs and warlords that would
Well,
be
I
like,
don't want to
okay,
sell any
well then-
weapons to anybody. Let's just keep them, stock them up, put them in Uncle Joe's basement. He'll love to have all them weapons down in his
I
basement.
don't know
He's
what
not going
the-
to use
I don't
them.
know
He's
what
just
the
going to
right
look at
answer
them.
is.
The weapon's not any good though without the ammo.
Well,
Uncle
obviously
Joe
you
makes
sell
his
the
own
ammo.
ammo. So we're good.
Didn't say that.
He's got the loaders and everything.
Got the
down
loaders
there.
and the cranks.
Yeah.
All right, let's
All
go.
right.
Let's what else we have?
That's a tough question though, JJ. That was a good one because I
I mean, like,
really, I don't
there's
know.
a line of somewhere that we
There is a
should
line.
and should not be selling
Like
weapons.
we all
And-
have brothers. Do you ever get in a fight with your brother? You slug or like you're in the back seat, you're driving somewhere
Little
and slug
bit, yeah.
bug, bam, and then hits harder,
Yeah.
and then hits harder, and whoever hits
Yeah,
the hardest, like,
escalation.
that's it. That stops,
Right.
because I don't want to get hit any harder, and that's what you see in war all the time. I mean,
Yeah,
we
it's
just
true.
who's got the
Very
biggest
true.
saber to rattle.
Yeah.
I think
And
I read
I'm not
a
gonna mess with
report recently that our U.S. stocks of missiles have been depleted because we keep just sending them to Ukraine. So we don't actually have enough to defend ourselves.
What
Oh,
if
I bet
Ukraine
you
is
will.
working with Russia to deplete us
What
of our
if?
weapons?
Ukraine is
Ooh.
working with Russia to deplete us of our
Ooh.
dollar bills of our wallet. That's
That
what.
was
That's
good.
what
Yeah,
Ukraine
and then
is doing.
Russia just slides in and takes over America, and we all.
I
start
came up with
speaking
this.
Russian.
Actually, that's good, Dave. I like that. I came up with this short story idea. I've got it saved in my notes here. It says, short story idea for the Trump assassination. Time travelers from the future come back and help with getting immigration in the country in past because they need to set up the steps in order for Trump to have the chart so that he will move his head. And it will save his life. They're really trying to save Trump, but in order to do that, they have to usher
Oh
in
my gosh.
all these immigrants and whatnot. If he didn't have the chart, he would have been assassinated. So they had to go back in time and do this to create the chart. That's a short story idea that I was like, oh, that's a good one. And I wrote that. I was like, blah, 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 while I was
So-
driving in the car. That's a comic book, JJ.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a 3-issue comic book.
So I saw a video yesterday about Barron Trump. So we all know that Barron Trump is like the character
9 foot
from that
tall.
from that story. You know that story from the
Story from
30s,
100 years
whatever.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know Barron Trump, when he was like 5 years old, he could already speak 3 languages, and he currently is fluent in 5 languages, and he also is a master chess player.
And he speaks like that because he was with his mom more than his dad. So he picked up
Yeah.
his mom's accent.
Yeah.
And he's like 6'9".
Yeah, he's huge.
And his whole life, imagine if your whole life you were brought into this luxury your entire life. you know, and we've seen it when he was a baby, all this luxury he had. But then your dad runs for the most powerful position in one of the most powerful countries in the entire world, and people are trying to kill him all the time. Imagine all the different safety measures and extra protection that this kid has not lived a life that us three have lived. You know, he has lived in a completely different world than we have. And I hope that because of this, it will make him, and he sees all of this and he sees this in his lifetime. I wonder if he will grow up to be someone that will help like freaking Batman. You know,
he's gonna be
a Batman with a different story. His parents didn't get killed, but they almost did.
Right.
It's a Batman with a different story.
Living under constant threat and pressure. Like a pressure like we haven't.
Everywhere you go, every time you step outside your house, even in your property, you know, it's a crazy. Imagine that.
Okay, it's almost 9 o'clock, guys. Are we out of stories? Did you have anything? Man,
I've got
Christmas music, guys. Do you like Christmas music? You listen to music all the time. Christmas music, do you like?
So every year I have to bring out the Christmas CDs in December and play the Christmas music. And I always get requests before December for Christmas music. So we made a rule that I don't do it until December 1st. We have a radio station in our area that on the day after Thanksgiving, they go 24-hour Christmas music until January 1st. And it just, I don't understand how they make any money for a month. I don't understand how they make any money for a month.
Because people love Christmas songs, dude.
I don't understand. From a radio,
they love to get in the spirit.
I'd be like, no, we're not doing that. I add 2 Christmas songs an hour, and that's what I play. One at the top of the hour. One's going to play here in a minute, and then I've got one at the bottom of the hour. But in the mornings, I put my favorites in. I like certain Christmas songs, but they're all stupid. I like "Bad Little Boy" by Ray Stevens. And I like All I Want for Christmas Is My 2 Front Teeth. And I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. All those old ones like that. I've got to hear Seymour Swine do I've got a blue Christmas without you.
So I know that you have the covered songs because you did the covered pot thing for a long time. Do you have any covered Christmas songs?
Oh, every Christmas song's a cover song. Almost every single one of them, except Mariah Carey.
The Mariah Carey one is like the most famous Christmas song there is.
Well, they're not every one of them, but there are. Most Christmas songs are cover songs. Like this morning, Nashville. I have a Nashville mandolin ensemble, and they play Sleigh Ride, and it's just a beautiful instrumental mandolin sleigh ride, and it's one of my favorite. Harry Connick Jr. Christmas album, one of his Christmas albums.
When My Heart Finds Christmas,
fantastic. I've got to hear that every year. Let me tell you another Christmas album I listen to every single year is Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Yes, he's got 2 of them.
Yeah, I went and saw them in Paducah on their Christmas show, and they do I'm Mr. Heat Miser, I'm Mr. Sun. It's a great version. So yeah, you want to listen to some fun Christmas music that the kids could listen to? That Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's one, you know, because it's like that swing jazz from the 1920s, 1930s. It's good stuff, man.
I mean, look, it's at a certain point, we just turned I like to play Christmas music, and
I'm going to go dark for just a second, and then we can go to jokes. But on Christmas music, I had a good friend of mine from high school. We haven't really talked since high school. He went through some crap a couple of years ago, and I reached out to him. He took his life on Friday, and he was a phenomenal saxophone player. And so when I hear Kenny G's Christmas music, it hit me pretty hard the other day. And he introduced me to Clapton, and I was at a restaurant, and Bad Love came on from his from the Cradle album, and it hit me pretty hard. Because suicide prevention is like a big thing for me. So just for our watchers, viewers out there, if I know the holidays suck for some people, 988 great crisis hotline, 741-741. Both those can be texted, they can be called, or just reach out to me, hit me up on the Discord, and I'd love to talk with you. But throwing that out there, since we're talking about Christmas music, and that
Dave.
me, yeah, I'm here for you, man. All right, now transition to a bit of lighter stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. Yeah, it really sucks. We could talk about it off show, but yeah.
Do not take permanent solutions to temporary problems, and they're all temporary problems.
And
they're all
you just
temporary
pass
problems.
the pain on to someone else.
Yeah.
That's all it does is it just moves the pain to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief.
Yeah, but I said we'd go dark and then we can move towards.
With that, Deke, would you like to tell a joke?
Now it's time for jokes. Hey, welcome back. Sorry, jeez. Okay, I'll start today. A blonde, a brunette, a redhead, a priest, a rabbi, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, 2 dwarves, a leprechaun, and a man carrying a duck all walk into a bar.
Oh my God.
And the barkeep looks up and says, "What is this? Some kind of joke?" Get it? Because it's got all the people in it.
All right.
You didn't have to.
Dave?
Yeah, so I'm going to try to go a little more Christmassy. Why don't you ever see Santa in a hospital?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's because he has private elf care.
Oh, you're a cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Oh. Okay.
All right, JJ, lead us out with the most hilarious joke of the century.
I have got a disease diagnosis. I've got a disease diagnosis where I cannot stop making airport puns.
Oh, no.
My doctor says it's terminal.
Oh. So dumb.
It is really stupid. All right. We'll be
right.
back. Let's pick up this conversation tomorrow.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth.
Whoa.
Essay for a comment, he said no. Watch now, the internet dad show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Woo, 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 woo. It's scary.